Hello. How is everyone? Welcome, welcome. Um, would anyone like a game review? Because I need to test the SGF editor and find all the bugs and whatnot so I can have more to work on tomorrow. And has anyone had the chance to try the SGF editor? I posted it in Discord, but it's not on the homepage. I feel good. I don't know if the microphone caught that, but I had a really good pop right just then. Pop of my neck. Welcome, welcome everyone joining. I am doing open reviews while testing out how this review stuff works. So if you would like me to look at one of your games, I can do so while testing all these buttons. So who's this person? I haven't seen them before. Box 3 Don. Oh, they don't have a mic. That is so unfortunate. Ah, gotta at least have a mic. It's fine. It doesn't have. Good for review isn't really a thing. So I wouldn't worry about if it's good for review. And also, like, just doing something helps me test, so it doesn't matter. Hello, Learning Balance. Welcome, welcome. We are doing open reviews while testing out this SGF editor. Seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like. And of course, suggestions for the, yeah, OGS link is fine. So suggestions for the editor is also welcome. So I can keep improving it. Okay, load SGF, OGS link. This should just work. Okay. Are you black or white? Oh, which one did I just open, actually? I didn't realize there was two of them. Okay, so this is yours? Okay. Now I'll keep this one tabbed. Ooh, I wonder, actually. Can I have two tabs open? I probably can. And this one, load. Here, load. Okay. Let's look at this one first. You are black. Okay. Interesting. So I'm curious why did you pick this direction? Okay, because if we're looking at it, it looks like what white wants to do is help this guy, right? This guy wants to help that guy. Felt like the stone would negate the wall. Ah, okay. What do you think a wall should do? What do you think a wall is used for? Yep, attacking. So, if you block this way, Do you think you are attacking this white stone right here? I don't think it's negating the wall. I think you are successfully attacking this white stone. Those white stone isn't negating you. You are using the wall to attack. So yeah, this variation feels kind of strange to me. At the very least, I would go here because it doesn't make sense to let these guys in the corner connect to this guy on the outside. So why let your enemies' friends help each other? You should make them like hurt each other. Because if you go like you did in the game, now all their stuff is working together. So it feels very comfortable for white to play this way. So I think this was just too passive. Okay. Okay. Typically, we want to push it to the thickness, but this is a little bit tricky of a position to play. But I don't hate this move. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so let me tell you what I just visualized. So if you go here, what I'm picturing is this sequence right here. Okay. And what I'm thinking about is how strong is this group, right? That is what I'm thinking about. Is blue a good color? Maybe green is an easier to see color. Yeah, let's go with green. So that's my concern is how strong is that group? Then we go back and instead go to this one. This is the other one I was considering. Here, 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 here. I was thinking white might go here. And you can get a net. Or if white runs away, you can maybe turn or escape and start causing some trouble. So this is a little bit difficult to play, but maybe possible. So if we compare these, let's look at this one. So here versus here. This is what I'm like picturing in my head. Which one do I think works on this board better? I want to say I like this one, even though it's more complicated, it helps these stones in the corner just a little bit better. Because maybe we get in a little bit of trouble here. Now, going with what you played in the game, I actually think this is pretty okay. But instead, I would go right here. What this does is it threatens to activate this stone to capture and kill white. You're trapping these 3 white stones. So white must save themselves. And then you can come back maybe here and start bringing all your friends together. I don't like this at all. This is asking to like die. Okay, so let's look at this. What do we got? Where's the triangle? Right here. So we have a cutting point right here. We have a potential cut right here. And we have a group right here that is not 100% alive. And there's a 3-space jump. And now you're making a 4th group / problem. Now, granted, this by itself is fine, but how could this end up well for you? If you end up with all of these cutting points, if you can be disconnected in like 3 or 4 different places, how do you expect this to go for you? I don't know what your plan is here, but I don't think you're going to be able to do anything with this. And if you go back, you play here. You should have had control of this section. You gave up the control of the top side to get the control of this section. But once we get out here, it feels like your opponent's in control of it. I mean, even if they play P3, it doesn't really matter. You still have all of this floating weakness laying around. So it's very unreliable shape. How does this help your group? Hello, HunterX57. Hello, Cinnamon Goats. I don't think this helps you. I am testing this SGF editor, and I'm seeing if there's any bugs, anything else that I need to add. It's still a work in progress, but yeah, this is the SGF editor for Simego Dragon. And it's going to be like the foundation for like editing like Go problems or editing pro games or something like that. I know there's several things I want to add, especially with the OGS games. I want to add a little toggle or something, or maybe a little information window that tells me exactly how much time you guys are spending on each move. Because I already have it on Sean's Go Group, but I want it on the editor, so when I'm reviewing games, I can like sneak a peek at all of your data that OGS has that isn't really available in their SGF review. So still lots more work, but I wanted to make sure the bare bones basic stuff worked. Anyway, so this Blackstone, if it wants to survive, just make a base. You can go here, you can go here, just make a base, just survive. You could look at the corner. Typically, this is where we want to look for, but we do have to be careful of this cut, right? But white also has a cut, so maybe it's still fine. Point is, I want to settle this stone, so I want a base. I want eyes. Okay, yeah, so this stone doesn't help you with your base, so I don't think it's necessary. Here, this looks like you're trying to attack white and surround white. White has all of this space in the corner. I say all of it. It's not a huge amount, I guess, but white has space right here. And this group has no space. Nada, zilch, nothing. It has no space. So how could this group attack this white group? You're saying strengthen, but you're playing a knight's move. Strengthen usually means to escape to the center. So here. I suppose your move is still connected, right? Because you can't cut right here because of that. Okay. If you're running away while surrounding, I think it's okay. My preference is to run this way because I want all of my guys to connect. So you're dealing with one problem at a time, and I'm trying to deal with two, I guess. Maybe that's the difference. This feels unnecessarily fancy. Just follow up your move. Run away while surrounding. This is what you wanted in the last move. Like, literally one move ago, that's what you said you wanted, and now you're not doing it. So, it feels a little bit odd. This is broken shape. This is just cutting yourself. This is actually annoying me, so I'm going to make a note of it. SGF editor, Hoverstone should not show overplayed stones. And then OGS stats on the SGF editor. So yeah, just run away. Even if they're already cut, like, you're still hurting your own liberties, right? This just hurts your liberties. That's why it's broken. So just run away. Maybe knight's move. That way you're not taking your own liberties. This sort of pushing idea takes your own liberties. You do not have time for this. There's like so many fights happening right now. Yeah, everyone's dying right here. White is a lot stronger shape than black, but if black gets like really strong, this is such an annoying shape. I hit this stone. Maybe here. If black gets like really strong, then maybe I can get some ideas in this corner. All right, maybe I can get some ideas in this corner. So it's not a perfect corner. So if you can survive in Sente and surround, it should be valuable. Don't two-space into a two-space. Two-space into a one-space. Two-space into a two-space is asking for a crosscut to Suji. You gotta be very careful about two-space and two-space. Yeah, 2 into 2, there's a crosscut that's very scary. Ooh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, remember that, remember a long time ago I told you about two-space into a two-space gets a scary crosscut? I mean, do you remember that conversation from way back when? This has to be the move. I don't think there's any other thing to consider. And if white, like, lets you have it, I guess, you just minimize the damage. But this is too valuable. Because if we do this, and... No, maybe I'm wrong. This feels so painful, though. Just getting walked through like this feels so painful. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's okay. Because there's a peep right here, which is annoying for white. That can't be right. You have to put it into Atari. Why not put it into Atari? I don't know what you were thinking here, but there's no reason not to capture the stone that is killing you. Now you have to waste another move. Now this stone does nothing. This stone is now wasted. Oops. Very good. Perfect response. Okay, I think you learned this, like, Tsuji thing at somewhere, and now you're misplaying it. Just cap. Caps are great. Caps are fantastic. Don't play on the nose. Nose Tsuji is not very common. Just cap things, and you're happy. Yeah, no. Oh, you've got to stop doing this. This is now 3 times. Okay, 2.5. Because technically it could have happened right here, right? Technically it could have happened right here. You can't keep getting cut like this. This is a terrible shape. And this is almost the 3rd time that it's happened in this game. So avoid the nose. The nose is getting you killed. Normally the slide is correct, but what are you going to do about this cutting point? Because you want to go like right here, right here, right here, right? But when you turn, it's 3 to 3. Now what? So you have to give up the stone. So I think you have to fix and then just treat it like a 3-3. Yeah, you keep getting into these really annoying positions because you keep getting cut and there's no way to fix it. You're giving your opponent like the perfect cuts. Nah, don't give away that stone. That's too valuable. Ooh, here, just push. Maybe. Wait. Yeah, just push. Push. If they do this and you play a tiger's mouth right here, now you have the liberties. Yeah, now you have the liberties. If you just push, now you win the capture race. This is too much reading, though. Like, we're 7Q. This is too much reading. Just don't die. Just connect your stuff, and you don't have to do all this reading. This is another cutting point. What if you go, like, right here, and then connect? Now, all your stuff is alive. Everything, all the problems are solved on the inside. And then when we just start focusing on the outside problems. Just fix your crap, and you won't lose the game so quickly. 4Q AGA. Yeah, but like, it doesn't matter what rank you are. If you're leaving a million weaknesses behind. Just fix stuff and attack with strength. This board position is really hard to play from because you have everything dying right now. You have a group right here, no base, because there's a white stone. You have a group right here, no base. You have a group right here with no base. So you have 3 floating things. 3 things are floating, and you still have this cutting point in the corner. That is a very, very dangerous. No, play online more. It's good practice. Online is really good practice. This feels like you're trying to attack again. I just want to fix stuff. What do I need to do? What if I play Tigers, Theatari, and I attach? No. Let's code up and then try to get shape or something. I don't know. Maybe just attach and see what happens. Well, not fixing is not going to get you any eyes faster. The thing is, like, you don't like that you have to pay tax for your own mistakes. I think that's the issue. Is like, oh, it feels so bad to like try to make eyes when it's so annoying to make eyes in this area. I agree, it's very annoying. But it's either that or you have 3 floating weak groups. But the reason you're in these annoying positions is because you let yourself get cut and having no base at the start in the first place. You keep trying to do more, and then you end up having to pay tax, but you don't pay the tax, so you have to pay more tax later. So you keep like snowballing into a worse and worse position, if that makes sense. So obviously the first thing to do is not get cut so easily and have 2 or 3 weak groups. And then the second thing is if you find yourself with multiple weak groups, you don't really have the option or the freedom to do a lot else. You need to start settling yourself. Ideally, settle yourself by using your opponent's Aji. So maybe if I jump right here, I'm also surrounding this white group. So maybe if I get that settled, okay, I use this white group to settle. Now maybe I can use this white group to settle. I don't know. But this is what I'm looking for. I would start looking for any Aji to help me settle faster. But I'm still going to settle. I have too many problems. I can't do anything. If I'm not alive, I can't do anything. Here, you're doing the broken shape again, right here. You just did it for a 4th time. The shape here is connect. This broken shape is like your worst enemy right now. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Otherwise, I'll never get through any of the other games. So hopefully this was at least valuable. Okay. Who am I reviewing for in this game? You're white in this game. I'm actually going to make a uploading an SGF. Add it to the database. Then also add a note that Yeah, I'm thinking like I want to be able to like refresh the page or come back to the page or share the page or whatever. So I want to have a unique unique ID in the URL for every time I have a, load a game or whatever or save a game. Um, and then I want to have a thing that says, "Hey, this is not saved. Would you like to save it?" Basically. And then when you click save, it'll save it to the database instead of just having a local file that you're playing around with. I don't want to have like it constantly saving to the database every single update because I don't know how OGS does it honestly, but I can't do that. If I did that, that would be a call every single edit to the database. So I have to have like a save button or something. But since most of it's just going to be like reviewing SGFs, unless you're going to save the review or something, it shouldn't matter. This is about the coordinates, so you can change it to Japanese coordinates. Then there's a couple other weird ones that I need to go through and edit because this is built off of Besogo or whatever. So it's someone else. I'm building off of an open source community thing, and I'm building off of that to make it nicer looking and add a paint tool to it, and then add my own tools to it, and yada yada yada. So I gotta go in and like make those not ugly or not weird. I don't know. Okay. You're white. Yup, 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 yup. I really don't want to fix this cutting point. I really want to have a future with this cutting point. I don't know what I want with it, but I don't want to help Black fix it. I think that's just going to be my minimum goal right here. If I connect right now, the life and death is this. So if I go here, 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 reduce the eyes, and here. So I don't have two eyes yet, right? Maybe just here. Because then you can do whatever. And if Black plays here, you get Sente. So you got something for the cut. Otherwise, you leave a future cut. Because if you're alive, you can do whatever on the outside and you're fine. Right? But if you're not alive, anything on the outside is going to be very dangerous. Yeah, I think it might be a little much to do immediately. I just feel uncomfortable about doing it. At least go here. Make the eye big. This eye is too small. I don't know. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't. I don't like it. Okay. Yeah, you still got Sente for it. So that's nice. Yeah, it's as good as any move, I guess. Ooh, old patterns. All right. What the heck? Hold. What's happening? We have a large Knights move. The large Knights move has been peeped. Kind of peeped. And we're going here? What does this do? Okay, so first things first. Defense. I have a cutting point, and I need a base. Okay? That's first thing first. Okay? So if I want to fix, simple, effective, right? And then I have a follow-up of cutting Black, because Black has weakness. If I want to make a base, here, 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 make a base. No, I'm mostly just testing this out and making sure everything works so I can have homework for tomorrow. Legit, I'm just trying to give myself more work tomorrow. I'm streaming to give myself more work. So, and then the last thing to check is if I cut, does bad things happen? And I want to say yes. This is an interesting strategy, but I don't think it's good. I want to say the safest play would be to fix, and then try to live. That's the simplest minimum play. to avoid any sort of bad juju or whatever. So this is saying, I don't care about this cutting point. And you don't have the 3/3 yet because they can still take this. So this is I think it's too not correct for the basic points. I think you're missing the basic points. If you wanted this side in some sort of sente, I think you need the attachment or something. You're going to have to do some sort of something in sente and then get back to this. So that way you can have the shape. Yeah, if you're going to go on the right side, because you want this 3/3 for the eyes. But if you're going to go over here, it needs to be sente and get back to that 3/3. Because this move is going to be too painful. Making the base while taking the base is just too painful to deal with. I don't like it. Touchnobi! Touchnobi! Even at dawn level. Is this sente? This feels sente. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Does this help you, though? This definitely helps black. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this move, but I cannot say it's bad. What is G3 doing right now? We're just leaving it alone. Or just leaving our little friend. It has 3 liberties, but we're going to leave it and pretend it's not there. This is actually not the shape here. This is kind of the runaway shape. But if we're looking at the eye shape, I take this corner, I take that corner. It's a false eye. Versus if I go here and we play like this, I have a real eye. So if I'm going to fix this cut on this weak group, I would rather have the one that's going to give me an eye potentially in the future. So this has better eye potential and still runs away. So I want to say this one's better. 1-point jumps are good for running, but this shape right here is one to be avoided. Because when you do this shape, it has very bad future eyes. Ah. Interesting. Are you okay? I don't think you're okay. I think you're doing that thing that everyone loves to do and just leave a floating group. You need to fix your stuff. Like, you owe moves. If you don't like owing moves, then live faster. Like, use the Aji in the area and live faster. But you don't just not live. What are you gonna do if I, like, start, like, hardcore attacking you somehow? Are you gonna keep Tanukiing me? What if I go, like, all in on this attack? Live free, die hard. Yeah, don't not live. Live faster. This is one weakness of the 3/3. It's really hard to develop the 3/3. Are we behind on territory? That feels wrong. Ooh, I have a thing. I think we can do it. Is it this one? I think it's this one. All right, 1, 2, maybe not. Ah, go away. Go back to 1. That number lock is on. Go back to 1. Okay, so 5 peep. Yeah, this is still 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, let's not. 15, 16 for this deadstone. We should at least get 2 points here, 17, 18. Probably 1 point for that stone. This is very questionable. So we'll give 2 points for thickness. Okay, 2 points for thickness. Maybe 2 points for thickness. I don't know if I want to give any more than that, though. There's a lot of ways to get in there. We should give 2 points for that. And probably leave it at that. Okay. So we're at 27 points for black. Okay, so for white, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and we should get one of these, so we'll go 16, 17. There's definitely not a single point in here because we can't even get the eye. And then we'll go for Comey, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 to 27. Okay, so it's not that bad. But black has a lot more center potential. Because if you imagine this is a weak group, and black attacks it to surround this section, black's a little ahead on territory right now. It's close enough to be close. But if black gets the center on top of it, black's going to be way ahead. So you're definitely losing. Like, honestly, my feeling is that you're losing by like 5 to 10. Maybe, let's say 5 at least. So it feels very uncomfortable. I don't think you have time to just make 5 points right here. I don't think this is enough. I think maybe you need something more active. You need to be reducing this profit from the attack while also building something of your own. Yeah, this doesn't feel good enough. Like, you're gonna fall behind. If I just start attacking you in any sort of regular way and then build my own somehow, I don't know, I could shoulder hit, I could 1-point jump, I could large knight. This feels like I'm just winning the game. I don't know. It just feels like I'm winning the game. Attach over cap or shoulder. Right here, you mean? Or do you mean right here? I attach right here because it's a lot more Sente. If you just play a normal cap, oh, I need a remove marks button. That's a good one. Remove marks button. Yeah. Cap right here is not a Sente. Yeah, so Q12 is a lot more. It's a lot more Sente. It's a lot harder to ignore. So I don't want them to ignore. I want to build and fight in this area. Touch makes both sides strong. I want to be strong in this area. I want to develop this area. So it's a lot more forceful. Yeah, cash is good. You definitely need some cash, so that was very nice. Probably good for you, honestly. Yeah, it feels awkward. This shape feels awkward to make eyes. Oh, man. Do I still have the descent command? All right. Shape lecture. Watch it. Your shapes right here are struggling very hard. None of these have a future for an eye. Like, there's a peep right here. This is not an eye because you lose 2 corners, and it's Sente for black. So you have no eye potential at all with this string of stones. So it's really annoying to play. I want to go right here, but I can't do this either because you have bad liberties. There's an Atari right here and just run away. So you could literally be cut if you do that. So this stone really is making your future annoying. Just, yeah, the Tiger's Mouth had a much better future. And that's shape. Descent shape lecture is really good, but if you really want to practice shape, what's really good is to get old Japanese pro games from like the 1800s, 1900s. Grab those Japanese games and then replay them on a real board. By placing them with your hand, it uses your kinetic memory, and you're more likely to remember the shapes and patterns. And the old Japanese games are really, really good at patterns and shapes and strong connections and blah, blah, blah. Modern play is very, very reading Sente heavy, and you don't need that unless you're a pro. So if your weakness is shapes, the answer lies in the 18 and 1900s, okay? You got to time travel a little bit, because that's where the answers are. A Japanese match? No, multiple games, not just one. Like, you need to do is like maybe 1 or 2 games a day, not just one game. Yeah, dude, I love it. That's my favorite book is Invincible Shusaku. Invincible Shusaku book. Dude, I love that book. I lost it. I had it, and then I lost it over the years from moving or whatnot. So I don't know what happened to it, but it's like my favorite book. I love that book so much. It's such a good book. At some point, I need to rebuy it. It's such a good book. Okay. This is just getting 6 points. We should know this by this level, I think. You need to be focusing on this section of the board. Right, this is the open section. Okay, maybe I'll add that too, right? And then we put a little thing right here, maybe like that. And now we have a little top hat, and then we put a hand or something right here holding it up or whatever, and it's like, hey, top of the morning to you. I don't know what I just did. I just spoke words without thinking. This is what we want. This is what we want, K16. And even that's, I think, too local. Because that's only aiming for the smallest part of this. That is just aiming for the smallest part of this circle. I want to say... what is my idea? What would I think of? Let me come up with something. I love attachments. What about... Can I go right here, right here, right here, right here, right here? Is this greedy? This feels greedy, but maybe, right? I'm an optimist, but this cutting point is scary because the This is too much. This is overplay. Fix your cutting points, guys. Fix your cutting points. Maybe a cap. What if I like Atari and then cap, get a response, and then touch over here? Optimistic. L6. A little too far, maybe. Because remember, this floating group is annoying. You can't play next to a weak group or you get double attacked. If you play next to a weak group, you're going to get double attacked, and you're just going to cry because it's going to be really hard to play in this area. This is the hardest area to play in for white because you have this annoying floating group. So this is really small. Even just looking at this, just look at what you built, what black built. Yeah, I don't like it. Actually do want to do this. Pen needs to remember the color picked. Oh my gosh, what? Look at this list, guys. Oh my gosh. And then I have all of this future stuff to think about too. And each of these future things are probably going to be a list this long. This is a never-ending project, I swear. What the heck? Oh man, this is my whole day, is just working through this list. Speaking of, it's able to be my whole day, and I can make this better thanks to the people who are subscribed on Samego Dragon, you know, supporting my current and future living. This is what's letting me build everything on Samego Dragon, is the subscribers, and I'm able to dedicate this much time to it thanks to my students who get lessons and my Samego Dragon subscribers. So there's the lessons one. Yeah, it's because of these people I can keep making this site better and better and better and better and better every single day. I do plan to add Go Playing to it. I'm debating if I want to make it 19x19 though, because I really think it's going to be better to be a 9x9 instead of competing with OGS, because it doesn't sound very fruitful to compete with OGS. But so I think just 9x9 would be better for Samego Dragon, because the matchmaking is going to be super, super, super slow with the limited amount of users until it gets more popular. Okay, that's problem number one. So problem number two, when you finally get people on there, because there's not thousands of people, there's probably going to be potentially a higher rank gap. So small board gap means less. Also, shorter game, more time for matchmaking. So faster matchmaking. So a lot of the focus would be on 9x9. And probably the start is going to be like correspondence games, and then like live 9x9. And then as more users are online, maybe I'll be like, hey, enough users are online for 13x13. Hey, there's like 300 users online. Now we have enough for 19x19. So maybe, but definitely not the priority. Dude, I already have a mock-up for like even just OGS, which I'm thinking about just using OGS as a backend and just make it a front end. This is my mock-up for OGS. But I have no incentive to build this right now. There's no reason for me to put in the amount of hours it would take to build this. I've shown this on the forums. No one's building it though. But this is not gonna. This doesn't make my living. I'm sorry. You don't like it? Oh wow, really? Okay. Do you like it less than the current one? Yeah, I've really stuck on this. Okay, the time settings, I'm talking about the visual looks. The time settings is debatable. I agree with you. See, that I think 20 is too long. I know a lot of people really love their 20 minutes though, but they're not using it. So it's mostly perception is the problem. One of the largest weaknesses in Go is how long it takes to play the game. But no one wants to play faster games. Now, I like the idea here is 30 minutes average length for a 10-minute game. And this is optimistic. 10 minutes can be upwards of like an hour and a half if you're using it right. So this is an optimistic 30 minutes. And you want to be able to play a game in like 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. No one has 2 hours per game. Like that's a lot. Yeah. It's impossible to please everyone. That's for sure. This might, honestly, I think the better number might be 15. Yeah, but not everyone is. And if you're trying to grow the community, you got to think of what will grow it while still satisfying the current community. It's a really difficult problem that no one has an answer to. I think probably with the feedback and conversations that I've had, probably 15 is going to be a better number. I still think 20 is too long, but it's what everyone does. So what do I know? Regardless, this is not the most relevant. Probably you could have a community poll and have people vote on it. It needs to be one button though, until a certain amount of people are using it. Once a certain amount of people are using it and the wait time's low enough, you can add on another button. This is one big thing that I think OGS really does wrong. Like, if you go into settings, you do this auto match, right? You go into settings. Let's go to normal. You have... Okay, so how do I even change this? I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Point is, you have multiple rule sets, you have multiple time settings, and you have default enabled or disabled. Every single one of these is a new lobby, basically. Every single one is a new thing that people have to there has to be enough people for you to find a match, and every single option that you add lowers the amount of people in there. And on chess.com or Elite Chess, it's fine because they have enough users. On OGS, there's not that many users, right? So you want the wait time for this button to be as low as possible. And once it's low enough, once the wait time is low enough, which you should be recording, which maybe he is, I don't know, maybe they might be recording it, but it's not public information. Once the wait time's low enough, then you can add on another button. Yeah, on also my idea. This is an auto match. My idea is when you click this, it automatically puts the game down here, right down here. And it just said the name of the game is just like, hey, this is an auto, the automatic settings or whatever. So when you click this, it creates it right there. That way everyone has access to it. Everyone has access to it. I don't know how many people are in this button. I don't. But if I create, I get a match faster. I don't know what it is for everyone else. This isn't real. I'm just saying this isn't real. This is a mock-up. There's nothing on here that's real. This is a sample mock-up. This is a fantasy. Anyway, this was a mock-up I did. Maybe someday, a long time from now, I might have the time to work on it. It's a really difficult problem to be like, what is like optimal versus what the community wants optimal to be. Like, it's really difficult to satisfy realistically, but also expectations. Okay, this is what I'm currently working on, because this is what this Mega Dragon is what people are currently paying me for. So I gotta make Mega Dragon as fantastic as possible, and live games are just not realistic or even like feasible right now. Just be not worth it right now. I do need to get playing games soonish though, so I can have a beginner bot. But a beginner bot even still is like less of a priority than, oh my god, than the pro game database. I have a Semego database. I need to be able to have votes and stuff for people to raise the Semego quality. I need the pro game database, so people can do, like, I just recommended you to like replay Japanese pro games from this year and this year. I need to satisfy that with Semego Dragon. Like, I need to be able to, like, here you go. I tell my students to do these types of Go problems. I can on Semego Dragon. Here you go. Everything that I want you to do to improve, I need to put into this. But playing games, this is just, there's not enough people in here. I would not recommend you to use Semego Dragon to play games right now. It's not big enough. It's not good enough yet. Maybe one day. Probably spent enough time on this one. So let's do maybe one more. Oh, dang it. I closed the freaking tab. Dude, I have such a long vision for this freaking website. And then I work every day and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I putting so much time into this? Yeah, if I get enough money that I need to make a business license, which I think I would have to be what, 40 to 60,000, I don't know. Regardless, once I get to a certain amount, meet that threshold, it's going to be totally Clossy Inc. or something stupid like that. It's going to be Clossy something. Clossius, Clossy something. Black. Why not just punch him in the face? Okay, punch him in the face. Technically, you should kick and then punch him in the face. However, I don't like this kick with this large knight because of this stupid crap. But maybe a clamp is okay. No, the clamp is not. Definitely not. No, maybe it is. 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 Do you know this, Clamp? I don't think you know this, Clamp. Why are you playing the large knight? Why are you playing this? Play this. This is bloody to get you to single digit Q. And then when they do this crap, you go here, here, and pincer, and your position's so strong and easy to use. Yeah, but no. I want to make it viral. That is my dream. I want to make Go more mainstream. I don't think I'll make it mainstream, but my goal is to make it more mainstream. I want to make it impact in that direction. And I want it to be significant enough that it matters. And also pro. Yeah, also to pro. I'm putting so much... What the fudge is this? How dare. How dare. Whatever. Oh, you did the thing. You did a 2 into a 2. Guess what that means for you? Crosscut Aji. Crosscut weaknesses are bad. 12Q, it's how you die. You don't want to deal with crosscuts until you can read. And I say reading optimistically because honestly, it's really hard to read anything below 5Q. And then even after 5Q, you have to improve your accuracy. Not just reading, but reading correctly. I think you don't even read properly until like 2Q maybe. And even then, they're lazy about it. If you could read properly, you're dawn level. But then your judgment is just horrible compared to like pros. If you bring pros in the room, your judgment's garbage. No. I gotta show you something really cool. Ready? If white has a double wing from the start point, if white says, I want to extend on this side and I want to extend on this side, 3-3. Okay, just 3-3 every time. No matter what white does, one of these stones is going to be very useless. So let's imagine I go this way. Da 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 la di da 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 da. That stone's flat. What if I go this way? La di da 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 da. Whatever, right? Whatever. This stone's flat. This is not developing. It doesn't help this wall at all. One of these stones are going to be useless. No matter what white does. This is why you don't double wing with the star point. You knights move with the wing. You don't double wing. Fun fact. What makes it worse, actually, is your ting gets canceling out the influence. It actually makes it worse. It's even more painful for white. Don't push diagonals. This is one of my pet peeve shapes because I see it so often. Don't do it. Don't do it. You go here. Now you're going to ask, what about this? Well, the answer is be better at the game because this is technically supposed to be good for black. But at 12Q, it's really hard to handle probably. I think just bully the liberties is technically the answer. So maybe at 12Q, all you need is this. Da-da-da, I'm alive. Maybe one more. Da-da-da. No, that's not 12Q. Da-da-da, boom, I'm alive. I don't freaking care. I'm alive. That's all I need to get to single digit Q. Boom, I'm alive. Now I can go attack you. Something, right? Once you're alive, go do something of value. You're single digit Q. Not being alive is when you start paying a lot in taxes and you don't do anything with your freedom. Live faster is single digit Q. Live at all is double digit Q. Like not being dead. For example, don't get cut. If you go here, you do have the ladder. This is true. Yeah, you have the ladder. What happens if I start a fight right here? If I attack your ting and stone, boom, boom, boom. Let's do the windmill, right? Da 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 da. You're running away. I'm cutting you. Something another. I start a fight over here. Da 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 da. Hey, look what happened. Oops. Leaving ladders on the board is very dangerous. There's cutting points everywhere. Okay, I'll give you a hint. If you have this, this, you're doing something wrong. This is not a good shape. You have a cutting point here, and you have a cutting point here. If you have cutting points in ugly eye shape, this is not good. This is a very common DDK shape, actually. This is a very common DDK sequences. 2 Hane, 2 Hane, 2 Hane, 2 Hane. It's a very common at DDK. Yeah, this one I actually think is good, but only if you know the net. If you don't know this net exists, it is a very bad fix. If you don't know about that net, this should be your move, because this fixes both. This is very easy to read. I don't care about you playing the best move. I care about you doing your job. Make the stones do their job. Yeah, but I don't know that. Like, you'd be surprised how many single-digit Qs go right here. Do you have any idea how many times I've seen single-digit Qs do this crap? You might be, if you know the shape, it's obvious. If you don't, it's not obvious, right? I've seen it tons. I don't know what you know or don't know. I will say this is a common net on some Mega Dragon. If you're doing your nets on some Mega Dragon, you should know that net. You are brave. You are brave. It's one of those, if you know it, it's obvious. If you don't, it's not. Whale. You have a lot of territory. Your opponent should really do something about that. Block your base. Second line is valuable when it's your eyes. Now, technically, you have plenty of eye space, but it's also potentially access for white eye. I don't know. If you just have the stone right here, you're ahead by like 20 points. So I don't know what else to do aside from that. Oh, man. Oh, score estimator. I don't know how I'm going to do that. That might be a future thing. SGF editor SE. Yeah, that's going to be a future me problem. Tomorrow's me is going to fix other things. Future Sean will have to figure out how to use a score estimator. You're doing the thing. You're doing the thing. You're doing that beautiful thing. Do something else. Ooh, 2 and 2. Boom. They fix. You can go here. And you get all this thickness, right? They get greedy. You have crosscut stuff. Crosscut. Crosscut is beautiful. Okay, this is not Tolkien though, to be fair. But for anyone who can remember it, this is kind of one way to punish this. This is another way to punish it. This one, because there's a S15, I think the attach on top is better. Additionally, when they fix, you get all the influence, and you can go right here. And then right here. Look at this pitiful stone. Oh my gosh. Attachments are fantastic. Like, if you can use them properly and not kill yourself, the attachments are fantastic. They're one of my favorite things to do. But you need to play defense from your attachments. It's very important to save yourself. Otherwise, the attachments become a weak group. This is nice for developing this square. This one. That stone you sacrifice. So you can keep building the square. Actually, in this case, you would go shoulder hit and jump back. Hey, look, 20 points, potentially. Almost. Maybe more realistically, like 10 to 15, but still. Scary stuff. Uh-oh. You're doing the thing again. Here it is again. Da 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 da. In this case, because it doesn't connect, it has a million cutting points. So in this case, just jump. Jumpity jump, jump, jump. You're surrounding white while jumping away. Dude, I almost never eat dinner lately. I sometimes eat a Pop-Tart for dinner. I think you have an idea, but I don't know what your idea is. It's probably wrong, though, because this is a weird shape. You didn't know the net. You said in chat that you know this net. You said it in chat that you knew the net. You did not, in fact, know the net. Oh, you could read. Okay, there's a difference between like reading it and knowing it. Reading it means you know it, though. If you don't know it, you can't read it. Like, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. It's like, hey, I can read a Japanese book if I know Japanese. Well, yeah, but like you don't know Japanese, so you don't know the shape. So how could you read the shape, even if the shape is readable once you know it? What do I want to do here? I want to save these guys. That is what I want. Dude, you have no idea how many people missed that cut. It was a lot more common back when the 3-3 invasion was a Hane. Instead of 3 Hane, it was 2 Hane. This shape was all over the place. And so many people didn't know that there was a net there. But they would play it like all the time. After AI, though, like it became 3, and so it was less relevant. But still, it's an important shape. Defense-wise, I want to fix my friends. And if we're looking at our opponent's stones, they are floating without friends. So let's use aggressive defense, and let's go that way so I can save my guys while attacking your guys. There's a couple ideas, so let's go through the simple ones. Run away without getting cut. So this is the simplest idea. Diagonals and 1-point jumps. Right. Simplest idea. Maybe just Nobi. If you're worried about like your opponent ignoring, you can go here. That way you can jump. If you think there's no squeezes or whatever. Another idea for the single-digit use. When there's Aji right here and there's Aji right here, lean on the stronger one so you can attack the weaker one. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So if you see Aji or weakness right there, and there's definite weakness right here, lean on the stronger one to attack the weaker one. Leaning attack is what that's called. It is leaning attack is the strategy. This particular 2-space shoulder hit pattern does not have a name as far as I know, but it's kind of like a side joseki. Like you don't name every single joseki. So you don't really name this, but it is a common side pattern against the 2-space jump. I like that you're fixing your cutting points. Wish you didn't have them in the first place. Wish you weren't doing it in the middle of you dying, but I like that you fixed them. It's a very important thing to do. You're probably gonna die for it, so the timing isn't my ideal time, but it's something. Okay, what if I go here? What does black do? I guess you should be alive, right? You should have... No, it's too much for white to kill this. It's too many... It's too... how do you live? Yeah, that looks... And then here, and then here, and then here. Yeah, okay, it looks like you're alive. I don't see any Tesujis. We'll go here. Here. Yeah, I guess you're alive. Still, that's really scary. That's really scary. I know these. I've been staring at these, but it's a life and death problem, not a cut. And there's so many things with life and death in the corner. So the way you can think about these cuts is they're not cuttable right now, unfortunately. But another way to use the cut Aji is to threaten to cut it. Most of the time, this is bad. Okay? Forcing your opponent to fix their cut, most of the time is bad. But sometimes it can kill their corner. So sometimes it's really good. So when you have a very powerful idea that the peep supports and the direct cut just doesn't work, peeps are great. Super Sente. The timing of this move is very odd. I don't understand where you're going here. Oh. Was that Sente? I guess. I think the timing is still a little bit odd, but at least it's Sente, so it's probably fine. Okay, I don't really like that you're playing here because this tells me that there's some misunderstanding happening. So if you're playing right here, this is not a lot of value, right? You're not getting a lot of points. So my impression is there has to be an attack and defense reason. I want to say you're not playing defense, even though you probably should be, because you've played moves somewhere else. So it doesn't make sense that you're weak, because if you were weak and then played somewhere else and then came back, that means you ignored a weak group. So it's got to be offense, right? That's got to be what you're doing, because it doesn't make sense timing-wise otherwise. Okay. But are you alive? Yeah, usually... So there's 3 types of Q players, you could probably say. 4 types. There's 4 types of Q players. 1, the defensive player. 2, the aggressive player. 3, the big move player. People who get to the big stuff really quickly and are really effective and very accurate. And 4, the chaos player, which we all know and we all hate. Okay? Chaos player only wins on confusion, so the number 4 is not reliable, but whatever. They exist, and they can sometimes win games. But typically, you're going to be defense, offense, or big move. If you want to be good at the game, though, you need to be able to do all 3 and at a very good timing and do them all well. Not perfect. You just need to be efficient and have good timing. Does this work? If it works, great. If it doesn't, this is bad. The way to be a Chaos player is literally just don't panic and just play as basic as you can. Their shape will destroy itself. If you play basic and just say, I'm going to get to the end game, their shape will cost itself. It feels like you're getting cut everywhere and dying. I don't think I like this. Don't cut if the cut doesn't work. Save the Agi. Save the potential and just run away with your cutting stone. Yeah, here you're just, and you still, so here, your moves could have just jumped and ran away. See this little line and dot? It says it's an I. This is the letter I, and it says I should have run away that way. But all these other moves just gave white an I. So these 3 stones just gave white 2 more stones. So it doesn't really help you. So you should have just jumped from the start. Should you play a 2-space? My favorite question. Is it cuttable? So if I just cut right here. Bum, bum, bum. Nope. I go right here. Bum, 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 bum. Nope. I go right here. Bum, bum. Ding, ding. We have a cutting point. So 1 space jump. Remember that reading thing? That is what reading is. You just do that in your head before you play the move. Like, I want to go 2 space. Cool. Here, here, here. This is the key one. Because if they fix the cut, there's a snapback. So they have to fix the snapback. And now you're strong enough to cut. This is what reading is. Am I cuttable? Yes or no. Read the answer, then play. Reading is as simple as that. It's just don't forget to read the counterplays. You can't just read one branch. You have to read all of the branches like I just did. It's not that deep, right? It's only a few moves each, right? What is it? The longest one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The longest one is 6 moves. But if we add up the branches... Okay, this one's 7 moves, but at this point I just stop reading. I just know it. Okay, so it's like what? 4 or 5 move reading, you could say, argue. Now let's read the total amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 moves. If you can read 18 moves, you're pretty close to Dawn level. Yeah. Difference between 3Q and 1 Dawn is that assumption that you just said. The difference between a 3Q and a 1 Dawn is assuming the end of the branch instead of just reading it all the way through. Read it as far as you can read it. And once you get to a certain point, you're like, okay, let's stop being lazy and just read it. And then you're a Dawn player. Dawn players aren't allowed to be lazy. The 20 minutes, I have many opinions about it, but one of my biggest pet peeves of 20 minutes is the players usually that complain that they need 20 minutes are never, ever in overtime. If you don't hear that clock talking to you, you're not using your time. And it needs to talk to you every single game. It needs to be counting down in your ear. And honestly, probably by the end of middle game, you should already have been there for like 10, 20 moves. This one's a little bit odd timing. You want to run away. This one's probably good enough. Everything looks like it's connected. This is what we're reading it. I'm just, am I connected? Right? I'm scared of this, but I think there's a net. And this is what I would read. I read this. Can I connect like this? Because this is a tiger's mouth right here. But there's a cutting point right here. Oh, but there's a ladder. Oh, I'm an Atari. Now, this is easier said than done, right? If you could do this, you would be like almost dawn level. If you could do this for every single cutting point, you would probably be dawn level. But this is what you're building up to. This is what you need to try at right now. And this is the Go problems you need to be doing is life and death and cutting points. And then everything is built on top of that. So this one, to me, just feels silly. Once you know this concept, this is silly because you just go here and cut. Once you know it, that move becomes like very obviously wrong. So what should you do? Well, run away. Run away. What about this cutting point? Dot, 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 dot. It's fine. Okay, so they go here, and you're connected. That's the difference between good shape and bad shape. It's just connected, not connected, liberties, no liberties. Apple, what is it? Noodles, no noodles. This is how you die. Just take this down. I don't know why people hate doing this. Oh boy. There's a lot of ways this can go wrong. Sure. Okay. Defense first. Fudge. Dang it, you're gonna die. If white goes right here, what is your plan? What is your master plan for these stones? Like, what are you gonna do? Defense first. I want to say right here, but there's too many cutting points, right? So just diagonal or something. I don't know. Defense first. Then white needs to live here, and white is going to die here. Strategic sacrifice in order to attack the things that can be attacked because it's alive. Uh-oh. This is greed. This is how you die. Because you get greedy and take a loan out from the mafia and then they kill you because you don't have... How is it living? It's still cuttable. I can still go right here. No, I can't. I'm stupid. What am I on? I was like, hey, look, there's no ladder. And there's no net right here because of... Go back to GDK school, Clossius. You can't take the eye if it's not surrounded. Gotta surround, then take the eye. Surround, then take the eye. You know what's surrounded? You know what's completely surrounded right now? These little white stones. Completely surrounded. This, however, is like, I'm gonna wander over here. So the one you should attack is the one that's already surrounded. Reduce the eyes, make it as small as possible. Which, if you actually play right here, and then right here, this is what you imagine, right? I colored in the wrong one. And then one more. Let me just place the stones. That's stupid. What am I doing? Okay, we play right here, and then we play Ohane. What is that shape? It's 3 moves of reading. And then you recognize Poke 5. Now, unfortunately, there's a bit of Aju right here. Remember how you're not alive? Remember that whole issue? time to pay tax. But once you realize there's a bulky 5, you just do the last move first. It's like probably 5 key plus, 3 key plus, I don't know. But before you do all that, attack the correct group. You gotta attack the one that's surrounded. This is negative like 5 points. Negative 6 points. Okay, let's imagine. Let's imagine. Here, here, here. Okay. White has 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Because the push might force white to fill that later, and white needs his Hane before white can get these. It's 4 points right now. At the end of your sequence, one, two dead zones. Da. 10? Now, maybe we can optimistically say that you're going to force a capture even though it's not surrounded, so maybe we could take away 2. It's still double what it was with future growth. Versus this one had no future growth, and it's 4 points. This one is like practically 10 points with future growth. Greed is expensive. This is probably the shape because you have all these cutting points, don't forget. So you need to like keep everything connected. If you go right here, and I go right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. All your friends are going to die. Maybe, probably. There's questions, but whatever. Difference between connected and not connected is the entire middle game. So if I ignore, is white gonna die? Are you gonna go here? What is your master plan? Here, I go here. Remember, I still have this eye right here, don't forget. Don't forget, I have an eye right here. One eye right there. How do you expect this to work? Don't play plans like these. Don't be so greedy. If it's alive, it's alive. Go attack the next thing. There's a whole group right here for you to kill. Why are you attacking this one? You can like attacking as much as like the next killer, but like attack the one that can die. Not the one with... What is this? What is this? I don't know what you're on about. You are just like losing points with every single move right now. You're just like throwing money at your opponent. If you want to learn from this game, don't be so greedy. Attack by surrounding and then reduce the eyes. Once it's alive, move to the next target. Attacking should be profitable. You are losing like upwards of 10 points or more when you're attacking out of greed instead of attacking for profit. You're losing so much potential value. Don't go for an optimistic kill. Go for a guaranteed win. Profit wins games. Killing sometimes win games. That's my advice. Take it or leave it. But all right. Any last feedback on the editor? I know I have like a bajillion notes. And here's the editor for those who want to use it. Let me know in the Discord, in the Samego Dragon category. In the Samego Dragon room, if you have any feedback, bugs, whatever. It's still a work in progress, but hopefully. Are you able to edit a single previous move? Like, define edit. Do you mean like removing stones? Like if I remove this stone, and this stone? That will save for future branches because you have removed it from the SGF. That's usually intended, question mark? The reason that's important to do this way is literally to edit Go problems. Like, you wouldn't expect to do that in a regular game, right? You wouldn't expect I'm just going to remove that and go for the rest of the game. Yeah. You can sometimes edit the move itself. But, like, for example, if I have a Go problem, let's say I'm setting up a Go problem. Bada-bom-bom, bada-bom-bom. And then I have the Go problem, and you're like, hey, this move is the answer. Oh, I forgot to add a stone. Let's go back to the start, add that stone, and now the branches don't change, but the stone's there. So it's that the whole point of that is for the Go problems. Now I need a reset button or refresh the SGF button. That's another thing. Refresh the SGF, which honestly could just be literally refresh the page. But maybe it'll be nice to let people know, hey, I can refresh. Oh, I don't know if you guys were noticing, but the pen tool up here, I have a hotkey to do it with spacebar. There is comments, but if you look in the Discord, the images or whatever, it looked ugly. So I'm trying to brainstorm a way to make the comments look better. And I also have to make a difference between comments and annotations. Because for future usage, I want to have the ability to have annotations because that will make it multilingual. And then you could have comments on top of it, which would be fine. But I need a way to display both in a not ugly way. I rotate, honestly. I've been playing on OGS a little bit. I don't know what you mean by setup, but I play on OGS, Fox, and Yike, which is another Chinese server that someone's made an English client for. This one's cute. I'm almost to a level where I will start losing soon. Have to sandbag a little bit to get up there. Annotations is a mark on the SGF file, like a code. Let me use SGF annotations. Dum. What the fart? What? Okay, whatever. The idea of annotations is instead of having a comment of text, you have an annotation of a key code. So like GM would be good move, or BM is bad move, or EV could be even result. You could have SO for suboptimal, right? There's actual key codes that you can use, but you can have whatever key codes you want. The point is you have a key code. Then your editor, or viewer or player, whatever, that the person's looking at, reads that key code, and then they know from the code, the website knows that this is good move, bad move, even move, whatever. And then it can show the message in their language that it's a good move, bad move, or whatever. So it's supposed to be bilingual. Versus if I write, this is a good move sometimes, or this is suboptimal, but it's also a correct move, blah, blah, blah. How do you program something that can take whatever expression or however I phrased it and make that bilingual? Something. Yeah, I mean, it has its own moves or whatever. I believe there's also one for uh suggested branch or whatever. I think there's a suggested one that I'm still learning about it, right? But that's the idea of the annotations. Not many editors actually use the annotation, which is really unfortunate, but I plan to make Mega Dragon bilingual in the future. So I'm putting a lot of foundation in to have bilingual, like, eventually. And the annotations is going to be one way that I do that as well. So a lot of the website uses what my site is app text. So it's hey, which is a dictionary of words. So I have a dictionary app text for home. And when there's no translation found, it defaults to the English word home. But eventually, when I add keys to the spreadsheet, then this will eventually be the foreign language equivalent of home. Actually, on the version test, I actually have a Korean client because I want to see when anything says no translation available. Have a good one. Have a good night. Whoop. Oh, this is cute. This is a cute thing that is kind of on the shelf right now, but it's a little beginner versus beginner bot. It needs to get a little bit stronger than this. And I'm trying to teach it. I was trying to teach it how to recognize Ataris or whatever, and how to count. And it resigns. It's a cute little beginner bot. It's definitely not finished, but it's adorable. Okay, it's my little baby bot, baby beginner bot. But I had to shelf it right now because other things are more of a priority at the moment. That's so just a fun little thing that I have that's in the works for the future. Anyway, my point is, like, several things on the site. If anything says no translation, it because I don't have a default English, but all of these words are app text, or in other words, Sumego Dragon dictionary words. And then I just have to add spreadsheets, so like a Google spreadsheet for all the languages in the future, and all of these will be bilingual, which is why the annotations will be important for me as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Who is streaming? Just them? Okay, so we will just read them. Well, with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out Sumego Dragon for Go problems, and Sean'sGoGroup.com for lessons. And by subscribing on Sumego Dragon, you are not just subscribing for the current version, but also for the future development and future things that Sumego Dragon will have. So by supporting on Sumego Dragon, you're also supporting the hours I am putting into development. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.